Morning.
Good morning.
Interesting, isn't it?
Very.
This chap I know showed up the other day and brought the creature in a fish cast. He said he'd find it near some big lake up north.
Has anyone inspected it?
Nope.
Unbelievable. What's the price?
Well, let's just say this isn't your average pet.
How much? You grew. We'll need to find you a new fish tank, buddy.
Interesting, isn't it?
Very.
Hello everyone. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a film storyboard with prompts using our MCP server. First, you need to sign up or log into your account. I'll log into my account now. The first thing you need to do is go to the MCP API keys section. Once you're here, you'll need this link, and you'll need to generate your API key. I'll name this one Demo Video. You can set it for 30 days, 7 days, or whatever duration you prefer, and then generate the key. Now, I'll copy this. Next, I'll show you how to connect it from Claude, and after that, we'll go through the same process using Antigravity. Inside Claude, we only need this link. Copy the remote server endpoint, then open a new chat in Claude. Click Add Connector, then Browse Connectors. From here, go to Add a Custom Connector. Enter the connector name, paste the link here, and click Add. It will now redirect us to our website. Here, you simply need to authorize access so that you can use the MCP server from Claude. Once authorization is complete, go back to Claude. If we open the Connectors section, we can see that it is connected. We can also select Manage Connectors to confirm that everything has been connected correctly. As you can see, all of these endpoints have been created. These represent the different types of operations you can perform using this MCP server. Next, I'll return to this page. Here, you can see one of the first prompts you can use to create the complete storyboard HTML for your story. I'll click Preview, copy this prompt, and bring it into Claude. You can update or modify this prompt however you like. Everything looks fine, so I'll return to Claude and paste the prompt. Again, you can customize it however you want. I'm using it as it is, simply to demonstrate the process. Next, I'll find a downloaded movie script. For example, I can use this PDF. I'll upload it here. You can also change the model here and select a better one if you prefer. I'm currently using a free account, so it doesn't matter for this demonstration. Now I'll start the process. You can see that Claude begins generating content for this approximately 3-minute short film. Let's see what it creates. The storyboard has now finished generating. As you can see, it has generated the different shots. Let's open it in full screen mode. This is what the completed storyboard looks like. Here we have the dialogue, which you can work with individually and later use inside the videos. We also have the characters. In this example, there are 3 characters and 1 creature. We also have the locations, and all of these assets can be generated as well. The script is also included. Within the storyboard, we have an option called Copy Prompt. I'll test it here to see what it does. It appears that the prompt is not copying correctly. Let me check. It still isn't copying the prompt. This may be because I need to download the file first. I'll download it and test it again. You can also request updates directly here. For example, if you cannot copy individual shots or all of the prompts, you can ask Claude to correct the problem. You'll also see that I can generate images directly from this workflow, and I'll show you how to do that. There are many additional things we can accomplish without having to return to our website. At the moment, Claude is reading the file and making the requested changes. It has identified the problem and is attempting to fix it. I'll close this and download the updated version. Now let's test copy again. It works now. The problem has been fixed. Here are another 3 shots. We can continue working through the project in this way. Next, I'll ask it to create an image for one of the characters. We need to go to the Asset Bible and request something such as create a Joseph green screen background character sheet image. Use Flux from fall.ai. It will now generate the image. You can see that the image generation process has started. Perfect. We now have the image. Let's take a look. This image was generated using Flux, but remember that you can use any of the other models available in the system. It is the same tool that is available on our website. If I go to the website, open my account, and then go to my gallery, you can see the images that have been generated. Anything you generate from Claude, Antigravity, or any other connected platform will also appear here in your account. We've completed this example. I can now ask it to generate another character in exactly the same way. We can also generate video. Let's look at an example of how we can use this for video generation. First, let's create a project in Movie Studio, or in this case, Omni Studio. I'll ask it to create a JSON file, populate the shot scenes from the source file, and allow me to download a JSON file containing all of the shot prompts. The system will create a project inside Omni Studio and attempt to organize all of these prompts in a format that allows us to generate images and videos directly from the website. Let's see what it does. The project has been created, and it is now creating the scenes. There are several scenes in this project. Let's see how many it can create. I'll click here and open the project. This is our Omni Studio project. We'll skip this section and go directly to Studio. Let's see what it created. It created the project, but it did not create the scenes directly. In this situation, it appears to be generating a JSON file instead. It is giving me the JSON file so that I can import it and bring all of this information into my project. We can click Import, select the JSON file, and import it. Let's wait until the process finishes. There it is. We now have the JSON file. As you can see, this is quite a large file, so I'll download it. Now I'll return to the project and, as I mentioned earlier, click Import. Click here and select the file we just created. Let's test it. It works. You can now see that it has generated all of these shots. If I click through them individually, I can access every shot and its associated information. Everything looks correct. I'll save the project. If I want to generate an image, I can select one of these shots. For example, let's choose Latest Night. There are 2 shots here. I'll scroll down and select Generate. Now, let's say I want to generate one of these images. When I click here, the AI generator opens. We have several different models available, including fall.ai, KAI, and Pollinations AI. Let's try this one. I'll click Generate and see whether it works. Here's the generated result. It looks like a fish tank or something similar. You can generate a video from this in the same way if you want. Once you have generated all of your assets, you can send them to the video timeline and edit your video directly here. If I click Video, you can see the reference image and image-to-video options. This particular AI provider does not have a video model available here, so it only supports text-to-video. We can use KAI for image-to-video generation. Let me check the other options. We also have access to many of the latest models. As you can see, Seedance models are available as well. Here we have many, with both text-to-video and image-to-video options. You can generate your video from here and then send it directly to your timeline. Now let's return to Claude because I want to show you what else you can do. As you've seen, you can generate images directly from here and continue generating additional assets. You can also retrieve all of these project files or generate the HTML file I showed you earlier. Next, I'll show you how to perform the same process using Antigravity. For this, we'll return to the API Keys page. Remember that we previously copied our key. Now we need to copy the section labeled Client Configuration JSON. Copy the complete configuration and add your API key where required. Next, open Antigravity. We are now inside Antigravity. As you can see, this is an empty workspace. I'm going to add the MCP server. To do that, click the three-dot menu and go to MCP Servers, then Manage. You can see that I've already configured mine. What you need to do is click here and select View. You simply need to copy the configuration into this file, which is the MCP configuration JSON file. Add your API key and save it. Once you've done that, the connection should work. This is the easiest way to configure it. Now I'll return to the chat. I'll close this window and go back. I'm going to follow the same process again. First, I'll find the storyboard, or rather, the script. I'll use this one as an example and upload it here. This time, I'll use the shorter version. I'll return to Antigravity and copy this screenplay prompt. Again, you can select whichever model you want. I'll use this one and submit the request. Antigravity will now call the MCP server and begin generating the HTML file containing all of the relevant information. We need to wait for a moment while it finishes. The process is complete. Let's look at the file. I'll open File Explorer. This is a short story, but you can see that it has generated all of the relevant information. Under Assets, for example, we have the man, the child, and the police officer. There isn't much dialogue in this particular story. Next, I'll show you how to generate the video. I'm going to use Seedance, and this time I'll use CapCut so that you can see how the generation process works. I'll come here and click Copy All Prompts. Let me check it. I'll create a new project and paste the prompt here. I'll select my model and choose the fast option, probably with a duration of 10 seconds, and then click Generate. The generation process has started. Once this one finishes, I can move on to the next prompt. Another approach is to avoid generating the characters separately. For example, I can copy this character information, go to ChatGPT, and ask it to generate the image. I'll do the same thing for the other characters. Remember that we have additional information in the storyboard. Inside Antigravity, I can also request additional actions or ask it to generate an image directly. For example, I can ask, using Flux with fall.ai, create the first character image. Let's see what it does. It has created a project. I'll select Always Allow. This result is better. We now have our character, and it looks good. You can see the prompt that will be sent to the image generator, and now it is generating the image. Let's see the result. This character was generated using Flux Pro. Here is the image, and here is the prompt. Let's see the result. We now have our video, so I'll download it. What I usually do in this situation is capture an image from the generated video. I'll capture this image and bring it over here. I'll do the same with this one. Next, I'll go to ChatGPT. First, I'll return here and find the character information. These are the character details. I'll bring them into ChatGPT. I'll add the images I just captured and ask ChatGPT to create a character sheet image with a green background. Let's see what it generates. The reason I'm creating the character sheet from the generated film footage is that it can give me a more realistic character image. You'll see that the newly generated image should look more realistic than this version. This original version was generated directly from the prompt, and it is also good. But the new version should have a more realistic appearance. Next, we'll move on to the next video prompt. I'll return here. This is the first scene. Now let's see what it generates. Here is the result. There appears to be a small issue with the character's head, but you can see that the overall image quality is very good. I'm going to use this image in the video. I'll place it here. Now I'll copy my prompt and set the video duration to 10 seconds. Let's generate it. I updated this image because there was a problem involving the McDonald's logo. Let's return here and try again. I'll copy this prompt. It specifies 14 seconds, but that isn't a problem. I'll use 10 seconds again. Now I'll generate it. Remember that while you are inside Antigravity, you can continue prompting the system and provide more detailed instructions whenever the generated result does not match what you want. For example, when I compare these results, this version is quite simple. I can ask, can you use the skills from gumvue Studio MCP and create this using the shots, layout, and other available information? Let's try creating another version. I'll create one more storyboard template so that you can see the difference. You can see that it has generated another version. It is quite similar to what we received from Antigravity, but this version is better. It is very important to specifically ask it to generate the result using the skills from gumvue Studio MCP rather than allowing it to generate everything independently. The previous version was not closely related to the engine and its available capabilities. Now we have all of the characters and dialogue. Let's test copy prompt. I'll download this version. Now, if I come here and copy it, you can see that it generates a better result. That completes the main workflow. To use the system yourself, simply sign up and register. Remember that you should have a paid account where required. You also need to connect the AI generators you want to use. For example, you can connect your Gemini API key, Fall.ai API key, KAI API key, and Pollinations account. Your Patreon account should also be connected where required, and you can connect your Google Drive account as well. Once those services are connected, the system will be ready to use. Remember that there are many additional tools available for content generation. These tools are designed to help you throughout the filmmaking workflow. For example, the Storyboard Designer allows you to create additional storyboard content and work with 3D generation. You can click any of these tools and use them directly in your workflow. There is also a 360 panorama viewer. I usually create a large panoramic image, rotate the view, and find the best angle for individual shots or background images. Let me show you an example. I'll select a random image. You need to upload the correct type of image to generate this particular view properly. There's also a 3D modeling tool that allows you to model and manipulate different elements. Another available tool is the Depth Map Pose Generator. You can upload a video, and the tool will generate a grayscale depth map video. You can then use that depth information as part of another video generation workflow. There are many more tools available as well. We also have the Discovery section, where you can browse work created by other users. You can view their prompts and explore how different content was created. You can also follow creators, like their work, and interact with the content. There is also a feed where users can upload and view content, as well as share their work with others. That's it for this tutorial. You're welcome to visit the website, create an account, and try the workflow yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.